Here we go. It's the perfect shirt right here. Lincoln University dad. This is what I need right here. That's right. I'm the pappy. Hello, hello. Good. How are you? Oh, there we go. Yeah, no cussing in the campus store. That's right. Let them know. Thank you.
I believe I got some witnesses. Oh, won't he fix it? Oh, won't he fix it? Yeah, yeah, he will.
Proud to say, boss, I'm that baby's daddy.
I be the paw boss.
I'm the paw that they're young and boss. I'm the pappy.
How you doing? Yeah, I got on another school shirt, but it's a little bit different this week. First of all, you see it, but hold on. Yeah, I got on some Lincoln University merch. Lincoln University. Yeah, I'm rocking the Lincoln shirt this week. I'm keeping the streak alive. You see it. Yeah, let's go. Baby, it's a different kind of mood up in here tonight. Let's go ahead and get into this. Here we go. Where we at? Oh, here we go. I'm gonna take y'all back. Here we go.
This one's for the
Got a mood
family.
tonight.
All money is legal now.
It's got a vibe tonight.
Just prepare y'all
Yeah.
for the dynasty. A million, J, Queens, Myth.
Check it out, yo. Hey, yo, this time is for my family. We
Well,
ride
we
or
gonna take-
die.
I gotta
It's in
be
the
for
blood
real.
to the
Whoa.
now. Aim for the sky.
Ah.
For show, for dough, for only. It's money and hot. You know, bleed, squeeze, so they nail me. Tell me, street scholar,
It was good tonight. How y'all
that's what they
feeling?
tell me. Timid, thug, be named Memphis, straight from the borough of them BK. Where we for the fun of it, hustle for the of it, rap money and rubber bands just for the love of it. Straight from my ghetto, we listen to heavy metal like Desert Eagles. Loud metal, it's hit and run now, mother. Any
Well,
one of
good
you,
tonight,
we
baby.
don't be in your crib just like furniture. Pop up with the ya. For 00mbleak.roc.com.
Yeah, this Philly cat back at it, still trying to touch at it. I'm still tucking under Craftmatics,
Yeah.
still hustling with them bad habits. It ain't the bucks, it's the rush. I got to get that cabbage. They say I think ass backwards. How I act, as long as I stack, it's all mathematics. I traps nice, hug the block attract. Late night, club night, Mac attract. I pull up, Cadillac, truck nice. True that, you know Mac pack that twice. Gets them stats back with them dice. No joke when I roll, I hit tricks twice, no doubt, never drought.
Oh, that's enough of that. So that's enough of that. That's enough of that. I had to take it back on y'all one time. I gotta tell I'm 37 years old. I always gotta take it back to the 60s, 70s, 80s, and the 90s on y'all. Probably introduce y'all to some stuff y'all ain't heard before for the young folk out there. But let's get into it. All right. Bowie State finished the season with a win. Man. Woo. We're gonna get into that too, man. But it was looking shaky for a little while there. At one point, first of all, we didn't score in the first quarter. We didn't score till late in the second quarter versus Lincoln. At one point in time, it was 14-0 Lincoln. And I gotta tell you, man, whew, it was starting to get real tense in there. People started to get real nervous. I tell you, but man, shout out to the players, man. They grinded it out. They did what they had to do. They put in that work. They made it happen and pulled away late. That's what I'm talking about. But let's talk about the title. Well, let's talk about the thumbnail. I want to get serious for a second, right? It says, "Thank you for your service." Now, what do I mean by that? What I mean by that is this. There's no other way to say it. Changes have to be made offensively. There's no other way to put it. Changes must be made offensively. We cannot go into the next season with the same situation. Something has to change. Some different things have to be going on next season. Period. And we're going to get into why and the importance of it. But before I can drive home to the point that changes have to be made and quickly, let's look at a couple of things. First of all, let's start off with, once again, we won the game. We scored 28 points, 4 offensive touchdowns. But let's look at the numbers from this game, because even in a win versus Lincoln, who went 0-10, by the way, did not win a single game this year. Let's look at the numbers are part of the problem. And once again, let me put this up here in case anybody hasn't seen it. Hold on. I will have these lines open, for people to call in if you have any suggestions for what we're going to do and what should be happening. All right, but let's look at these numbers, because, man, you wouldn't believe it. All right. So here we go. 28-17. But we got the win. Let's look at these numbers, though. Against Lincoln, we had 12 total first downs against winless Lincoln. Oh my goodness, I couldn't even believe this when I saw this. But they had twice as many rushing yards as we did. We only rushed for a total of 90. We had less than 100 rushing yards against Lincoln. Passing yards was basically a wash. We had 215, they had 204. They had almost 400 yards of total offense. We had a little over 300 in this game. The problem with Lincoln, well, it's a lot of problems, but the main problem is Lincoln is one of the most, just being real, undisciplined teams I've ever seen. Like, easily. Anytime Lincoln has a drive longer than 5 plays, they are going to get either a false start or a holding call. Lincoln cannot go a single offensive possession without getting a penalty. They can't. If Lincoln has the ball for 5 plays or more, there's going to be at least one hold and probably one false start. The amount of penalties that they had on offense was insane. And even with that, still had way more yards, more first downs, twice as many rushing yards. They had 13 penalties for 95 yards, and I'm not even exaggerating, about 7 of those penalties were false starts. I mean, goodness gracious. But once again, even in a win, look at this. They possessed the ball for 10 more. Lincoln possessed the ball for 10 more minutes than we did. We went 3 of 11 on 3rd and 4th down versus Lincoln. That's ridiculous. I'm just saying, man. Come on, man. We only got in the red zone twice. Luckily for us, we had, that was a good thing to see, that we had some explosive plays in this game. But you should have, well, I keep saying it, you should have some explosive plays against Lincoln. But listen, man, I'm glad that we got the win. I'm glad that the guys stuck in there and fought through it and overcame adversity and probably the panic of, oh my goodness, are we actually going to let this happen to us versus Lincoln? I'm glad they all fought through that and got through that, and they won the game, pulled away late. Awesome. But with that being said, after seeing that, it was just like, yeah, man, that's why the title of the video is "Thank You for Your Service." Because listen, I appreciate how hard people try. I really do. But some change has got to come. We cannot roll up in the next season with the offense looking like that again. That can't happen. That cannot happen. So hey, closed out on a positive note, won the game, scored 28 points. Man, much love, much respect, but hey, thank you for your service. But it's time to go in a different direction. And it wasn't all bad. There was some bright spots in there. We put up some big points against certain teams at times. So there's that. But listen, let's go ahead and look at these numbers. Offensive numbers. First of all, this is a problem. Let's just look at this. The season is over. We finished in, now this I don't understand. They put us in 9th. I think we should have been in 8th just because us and Bluefield have the same record and the same conference record, but we beat Bluefield. Then if you look at the margin of Bluefield's losses against common opponents, their margin of loss against the same teams we play was a lot larger. So I don't know how they wound up at 8 and we wound up at 9, but at the end of the day, it really don't matter because it's still either 8th or 9th place. That was this year. You go to last year. Same thing again. Last year, what? 11, 10, 9, 8th place. I mean, some got to change. 8th place last year, 9th place this year. Then we look at statistics. Let's look at offensive statistics for this year. 9th best. See, we finished in 9th place, and we had the 9th best offense. 21 points a game. 21 points a game. And it would have been lower than that if it wasn't for the 40-something we put up against Bluefield. It would have been like 18. And then look, yeah, this is conference only. In conference play, 21 points a game. That's including the 40 against Bluefield and the 28 against Lincoln. That's no. That can't go on. We can't have that again. Let's look at 2023. What was the offense in 23? Once again, conference only. 9th place. 7. This depressing to even look at that. 17 points a game. 17. That goes to show you. Look at this though. In 23, we gave up 20 points a game in conference in 23. You give up 20 points a game, you're supposed to be contending for championships. The problem is we scored 17 points. You can't justify only scoring 17 points a game in conference play. What's going on, Andrew? You can't justify that. 17 points a game in conference? In conference. That's crazy. I mean, think about it. You're going to play, let's just say like Union. You play Union one time. We haven't played Johnson C. Smith in many years, so we didn't play them at all. Fayetteville State, it's solid. We played them one time a year. So there's 2 games you can really justify not scoring points. Just because, you know, how the quality of the opponent. Maybe Union, maybe Fayetteville State. To have a season that you score 17 points a game in the come on, man. This is what I'm saying, man. Hey, thank you for your service. It's time to go into a different direction. It's really that simple. And let me tell you why this is important. We're already seeing the ball rolling. I'm gonna go ahead and pull up the roster. We already see the ball rolling in terms of guys jumping into the portal. We already saw at the last game at Lincoln, there were some guys who were not even there. I'm not gonna say names, but it was some people who I was looking. I could be wrong. That's why I ain't saying no names, but I ain't see him on the sideline. I'm almost certain there's a certain amount of people that just quit, you know, and just said, you know what, I'm not doing this no more. I'm not traveling out there to Lincoln. I'm gonna go ahead and go home. And so, listen, man, we got to be real. That's why I say, hey, man, change needs to come, and change need to come quick. Because once, like I said, the floodgates are already open in the portal. Now the DB that's into the portal, I understand that. More than likely, he's going to get FCS look, more than likely. More than likely, he's going to be playing Division I football next year. So it makes sense. You ball out Division II, you got some eligibility left. You go ahead and jump in the portal, see if you can't play D1 football. That makes sense. But there's going to be other guys that are going to get into the portal because they are tired of. Let's be real. They're tired of playing in that offense, and so they're either going to stop playing football or they're going to leave the program. We saw Joseph Toller. I saw that Joseph Toller is in the portal. So let's look at this roster because there's some key guys that have years left, and we want to keep those guys to build for next year. If you want to keep a lot of these guys, you got to make some change, and you got to make it now. Because I know if us as fans in the stands are tired of this offense, I know for a fact players are tired of it. And so let's look. Antoine Banks, he's a redshirt junior. We want him to come back. Lyles is a senior, so he's finished. But Banks, we want him back next year. And this, guys, I can't stress to you how important this is. We want Antoine Banks, we want Micah Robinson, and Maximus Jones to come back next year. Listen, that duo that we have at running back, both of them are sophomores. We want those guys to come back along with Antoine Banks. We want them back. Now, if somebody gets into the portal because they have an opportunity to go D1, we understand that. But if people are getting into the portal and they're going to another D2 school, or more importantly, they're going to another school within the conference just because they're tired of this offense, man, listen. We can't have that. There's a lot of guys with talent on the offensive side of the ball with years left that we would like for them to come back. So listen, man, if they're not making changes quick, fast, and in a hurry, I really don't know what they're doing. I'm going to be real with you. Because, come on, man. Banks, we want him to come back. Max, we want him to come back. Micah, we want them to come back. We already see Toller got into the portal. It would have been nice to keep Toller, but I mean, I understand. He in the portal. Hopefully, it's not too late. He might be able to take his name back out, but I wouldn't be surprised if he transferred to another school in the CIAA. Like, come on, man. We can't have that. Once again, I understand why Elijah McKenzie got in there. He's probably going to be FCS. So, okay, I understand that. Ibrahim Berry, 6'5". We want him to stay. But listen, I'm just telling you, from being at the game, he did not look happy, which I don't blame him. You can't find a way for them to put you on the field. I wouldn't be happy either, man. Listen, something has to be done unless we want to see a mass exodus. Kevin Taylor, I would like for him to come back. I would like to see him come back and, see what happens. Challenger Valentine. We want Challenger Valentine to come back. That young man has talent. And he's due for a big year next year. Hopefully it's at Bowie State. But once again, you want these guys to come back and play offense at Bowie State, you got to make some changes, man. Anybody trying to do that again? Why? Who wants to? Man, listen. As a matter of fact, I got to find that video and send it to myself, because I need y'all to hear this. I'm glad I just thought about that. Oh, Savon Witherspoon, the freshman. Talented young man. I'm 90 95% sure that Witherspoon is coming back next year. I'm 95% sure just because, hey, man. Hey, man, I talk to people. Now, I could be wrong. Things could have changed from Saturday, but as of Saturday, I'm 90% sure he'll be back. And that some of his former teammates at Dunbar want to come to Bowie to play with him as well. So, okay. But listen, man, you know what would help it out? Some gotta change, man. Like, seriously. We can't do that again. Like, that's crazy. I'm just saying, when you look at this alt, man, we got some guys that should be putting up some numbers next season. But listen, man, something got to be different. And I think, like for real, Markeith Hines, the freshman fullback, I like him. He got some potential. He can do a whole lot of different things for us next season. We want him to come back. Hey, changes got to be made, man. And you want to make them fast because you don't want guys. Once the floodgates open, it's gonna be hard to close them. Like, come on, man. Some got to be done, and some got to be done fast. I'm looking for somebody. Where are they at? I seen this earlier. Now I don't see him. Let's see. No. I must have passed it already. Let's see. Oh, yeah, here we go. Xavier Belton. We want Xavier Belton. Xavier made some big plays. He scored a touchdown on Saturday. We want him back next year. He's only a sophomore. Brandon Buchanan, 6'5", only a freshman. We want him to come back next year. For whatever reason, we didn't use Isaac, but Isaac is done, so that's unfortunate. But Kyrie Scott, I don't know what it is about. I don't know why they refuse. But listen, we want to bring somebody in that understands the value of tight ends and will put Kyrie in the game. Listen, basically what I'm saying is we got some guys that should be primed to contribute a whole lot on the offensive end. We got them right in Bowie already. And we want to keep them in Bowie, which means that certain things have to be done, and they have to be done quickly to ensure that happens. Because I can't send it because I forgot. So I'm gonna play something because listen. While I was at the game, I was talking to somebody who was also connected in a certain kind of. I'll put it like this. While I was at the game, I was also talking to somebody who was watching the game via the stream. And let me tell you, man, when they told me that Lincoln's commentators were calling out our formations and plays and laughing and joking about it, I said, you got to be kidding me. The commentators at Lincoln are calling out our plays, predicting what we're going to call, what we're going to run. Like, we're that predictable on offense that commentators at Lincoln know. Like, come on, man. I said, so when they told me that, I said, hold on, let me see if I can. I said, let me go turn on the stream and see if I can find it. And sure enough, I sure did. I can't show it. I might be able to show it to you. Yep, here it is right here. Because I couldn't believe this. Hold on. I'm going to show it to you and I'm going to play it. Hold on. Let me turn this all the way up because this was crazy. Let me go ahead and take this down. It's like, once again, it's like, hey, man, I appreciate we went out with a win. Thank you. Thank you for your service. Wait a minute, it's time. Listen, I'm going to go ahead and play this for you. I can't show it to you. Matter of fact, just listen to this. This is crazy.
Look answer. Bulldogs have not done much here today on the offensive side of the football. Four receivers now. Yes, 4 receivers to the right.
Five receivers a day. They got
and 4 on his right. So
quads to the right.
Yeah, let me guess, it's a run to the left, but now here it is, a timeout. So,
bro, did you just hear that? He said, "Oh, quads to the right," and so it's probably a run to the left. And they both started laughing, like, "Yeah, that's probably what it is." Like, we all know Bowie State's offense. Everybody. Let me play that one more time, man. That's crazy.
Looking to answer. Bulldogs have not done much here today on the offensive side of the football. 4 receivers now. Yes, 4 receivers to the right.
Five receivers a day. They got
and 4 on his right. So
quads to the right.
Yeah, let me guess, it's a run to the left, but now here it is, a timeout. So,
man, they said quads to the right. Let me guess, it's a run to the left, and they started laughing. Like, everybody knows what formation we're going to do and what we're going to do out of the formation. Listen, man. It's but here's the next part, though. We're not going to be here for too much longer, but here's the next part. The question then becomes, and it's a question I don't have the answer to, but this is a question. Is Bowie State trying to win? And when I say is Bowie State trying to win, what I mean is the people who are in charge of the hiring and the firing, right? And I don't know. So that's why I'm asking. I think we're going to find out if we're trying to win or not in the next week or so. Why do I say that? Because listen, if you are trying to win after what you just saw on offense for this year and really the last few years, it don't take forever and a day to decide that something's got to be done differently. And so if something is not done, or if it takes a long time to do it, are we trying to win? Because one thing that's real about college athletics is not everybody's trying to win. And so that's what we're going to see in the next couple of days, weeks, months. Are we trying to win at football? Because one thing we know, y'all know my thing with Winston-Salem State, but one thing I can say about them, they want to win. That's why they made some of the moves that they made, and they made them quickly because they're trying to win. And once they saw that, hey, we don't think this is the way we can get to winning, they said, okay, it's time to make some changes. Immediately. I don't know how we look at the offense for 3 straight years, and we don't say, hey, man, it's time to make some changes today. Are we trying to win? We're going to see. If nothing has changed, the conclusion I'm going to draw from that, we're not trying to win. We're not serious about winning. Can't be. Because we already know we've been down that road 3 years in a row. We know what that road leads to. 21 points by the grace of God is what that lead to. That ain't good enough to win nothing. But once again, not everybody is trying to win. There's plenty of schools out there. Trust me, there's plenty of schools out there. Hey, we get a certain amount of average attendance. We get a huge number for homecoming. We win some games. We win some games. We're competitive in most games. We got a nice campus. Our facilities are close to the top or the top half of the conference. We good. There are a lot of athletic departments that are like that. Hey, we done upgraded facilities over these years. We are competitive in these games. We're not getting blown out or embarrassed. These are close games. But in terms of, hey, we're serious about trying to win championships. It's a whole lot of the athletic departments. They're not serious about winning no championship. There are trust me, and you guys know this, there are plenty of athletic departments out there that, hey, if we can win between 3 and 6 games a year, and maybe we get luck up one year and win 7 or 8, and maybe we make a championship game appearance here and there, we'll keep the same people in place for 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years. As long as we know we're going to be around the middle every year, we will take that. That's a lot of programs in a lot of different sports. Are we somewhere around the middle of our, not even in the middle of all of Division II, but as long as we're somewhere within the middle of the CIAA, we'll keep the same people in place for 5, 10, 15 years. And every 1 year we go on a run where we win the conference tournament. And not even that we had a great team that year. We just got hot at the right time and won the conference tournament. And we'll live off of that for another decade because not everybody's trying to win. And so we're going to see this offseason, is Bowie State trying to win in football? And we ain't going to talk about it today because we're not talking about that sport right now, but there's another sport that we're going to wait and see how this season goes. And depending on how that season goes and what happens after that, we're going to figure out if we're trying to win in sports overall. It's really that simple. Because I don't know how you can sell to the fan base, to current players, to potential recruits in the future, you need to come play football at Bowie State if you're seeing what we're putting out there and we're gonna keep the same thing. We're just gonna keep rolling. No. That's what can happen. You can't roll this same thing out there again next year and say you serious about winning. No. Especially not now when, man, it's a potential window opening. I wouldn't be surprised if Virginia Union is looking for a new coach after this season. I wouldn't be surprised if John C. Smith is looking for a new coach this season. Winston-Salem State is already looking for a new coach. So the question is, what are we doing? It's really that simple. What are we doing and what's taking so long? There should be some idea of what you want to do if you want to do something. You should have had that in your mind after what? After Virginia State? At the very least, after Union, like seriously, after the Union game, it should have been okay, man. But no. let's start looking at what we're gonna do next. And certainly after ECSU homecoming, oh yeah, no. Let's see what let's explore our options. There's no way you're seeing that product and saying, "Oh, it's cool." But once again, not everybody's really concerned with winning. I mean, just think about it. We've upgraded our facilities significantly over these years. Got some great uniforms, different combinations, different colors, all of that. Our average attendance for football is significantly higher than it was when I was in school. Trust me, significantly higher. I'd say probably, if we're going to keep it real about attendance, our attendance is in the top half of the conference. Like, we're behind Virginia State. We're behind Winston-Salem State. I haven't been to Fayetteville State in person, so I don't know, but probably behind Fayetteville State as well. Union I don't know. I don't know if I could put Union ahead of us, but either way, in terms of average attendance, we're at the top half of the conference. I'd say top 4. We already know homecoming is going to be 4,000 people. We've seen that 3 years straight. Which, let's just be real, 4,000 at a Bowie State game? Man, listen, I keep trying to tell y'all, man, I was there 2006 to 2011. It wasn't nowhere near no 4,000 people, even for homecoming. Not even close to that. So the attendance has risen significantly. The facilities have upgraded significantly. Even basketball, the arena has been upgraded significantly. So we have top half facilities, top half attendance in the conference. The question is, are people looking at that saying, okay, cool, okay? Or are people saying, we want to win? Once again, we are going to find out. Yes, we've had good athletes. Yes, definitely. We are going to find out in the very, very near future if we're trying to win or not. If nothing has changed, we're not trying to win. And once again, I'm looking at another sport. We're going to see how this season goes. Depending on how that goes, if don't nothing get changed, we're not trying to win. I know it may sound crazy to y'all, but trust me, there are programs out there that, hey, man, if we can win between 4 and 6 games every year and average about 1,200 fans for 4 or 5 home games and get about 3,000, 4,000 to come to homecoming, we good. We're not going to rock the boat. We're not going to change nothing. We're not firing nobody. We good. There's plenty of programs like that. My question is, are we one of those programs? And I'm going to get an answer. We're going to get an answer to that based upon what we do or don't do in this offseason. Because that's the question. After you finish in 8th place back-to-back years, after you can't score points for 3 straight years, you roll back out there with the same thing? Hey, that tells me all I need to know. All I need to know. But once again, man, hey, thank you for your service, man. Thank you for your service. I'm not saying you won't be good at the job ever. I'm just saying up until this point, we haven't seen it. That's all. And once it gets to the point where we're struck with once it gets to the point where Lincoln is getting more first downs and more yards and dominating time of possession, and you can't convert third downs and against Lincoln. Once players are checking out and quitting on you and don't respect you or your system, and team commentators at other schools are saying, "Oh, we know what they're going to run." At that point, it's just like, come on, man. At that point, what are we doing? At that point, what are we doing? Seriously. We done talked about all of the offensive talent that we already have and how we would like to keep it. I don't know nobody that's raising their hand signing up to play in that system again. We already got guys getting into the portal. Hey, man. I'm going to go ahead and put this out there for a quick second. If nobody hop on it, we're going to go ahead and get on up out of here. And truthfully, we don't even have to necessarily talk about Bowie. If you got some comments on what Winston-Salem State is doing, and who you think they should go after next. If you got a prediction for the championship game, I'm not going to make a prediction on the championship game yet, just because I got to go back and I'm gonna do a stream. We're gonna do a watch party at some point this week because I got to go back and watch the first game these two teams played and see what happened, and then do a deep dive in the stats and all of that, and then I can make a pick. So I don't know. I don't even know which way I'm leaning yet. I got to go back and watch that game. That's the thing. My thing is, if you want to stop people from getting into the portal, you got to say, hold on. We understand why you're thinking about getting in there, but listen, we looking at this and that. The offense going to be different next year. I don't understand. Like, what's the holdup? All that talent you got, you gonna let it walk out the door? Like I said, the one saving grace is I'm 90% sure that the freshman quarterback will be back. But in terms of Michael Robinson, Maximus Jones, I don't know what they're gonna do. I mean, both of them should have had at least 1,000 yards apiece, truth be told. Some of the receivers, they should have had a whole lot more yards, a whole lot more catches, a whole lot more touchdowns than what they had. I don't know how you can sell them on coming back if you rolled out there with the same offense. So this is like, well, what are we doing? Yeah, man, but that's all I got on that, man. I appreciate y'all for coming through. Once again, I'm glad that we got a win, and so I can wear another school shirt, but I wear it the way I want to, There we go. I don't mind wearing this shirt. There we go. But listen, man, it's been a good season. I will be at the CIAA championship game, relaxing, having a good time, hopefully watching some good football. If you're going as well, hey, holla at me. We can chop it up. I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna have a good time. Well, hopefully I'm gonna have a good time. Hopefully it's a good game. But yeah, that's all I got on this one. I'm gonna go ahead and see the third, fourth quarter of this game. It's time to roll on up out of here.